So this is Tea Time with Terri. Today I'm going to be talking about limp hair. Yeah, you know who I'm talking. I'm talking to you. You know what I mean when you got limp hair, right? So I'm going to give you a couple of solutions. So today it's very, very humid outside. I love volume in my hair, right? So I'm going to give you a couple tips on how to achieve instant volume on dry hair. Now, if you have my recommendation, what I really like to do on a humid day, if for people with fine hair, I usually like to use the Mica Volumizing Base, and it's a cream. So a little bit goes a long ways. I'm just gonna put very, very little bit, just like this. Now, you don't wanna put too much because it'll make it way too sticky. All right, and then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna immerse it into my hands, and I'm gonna put it on right here. A little bit to the sides. So where I want my volume is here, here, and here. Those are my three sections that I want to do it. So you got your crown area and your sides. It all depends on your preference of where you want to put the volume, but that's usually where I recommend doing it. Just depends on the style you want. All right, and then I'm gonna grab the blow dryer and I'm gonna grab the vent brush. And the mixture between these two, so I'm gonna do this. A little bit, a lower setting and high heat. So since I want my volume on this side, I'm gonna just kind of lift it. As you can see right here, what I'm doing is I'm going in and I'm brushing down and then I'm pulling out. Like that. Here, all right. And then I'm gonna go over here, I'm brushing it all forward. And I want my volume to sit, I want everything to come forward. So what I'm gonna do at the base right here, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna brush down, but then I'm gonna lift up and I'm gonna put my heat right here. Because that's where I want my volume. All right, I'm gonna do that again. Now my brush, I'm gonna do another section. So brush down and up. But if you're wanting to go the other direction, what you can do is brush back this way and then push up and put the heat right there to give yourself the volume. All right. So then I'm going to go on the other side and do the same thing. Brush down, go up, just like that, like so, go up. That awesome sauce. My hands to kind of shake it around a little bit, let that product get in there and soak up. So I got my volume. If you're happy with it. All right. Now, if you're a type of person that doesn't like that stickiness feel and you're not big on powders, then I would recommend doing a mousse. So the volumizing base from Mica, it works just like a mousse. It's a thickener, so it helps to really hold it in without making it feel like cakey. But if you don't mind the big voluminous hair and you don't mind powder, I do recommend the Mica Volume Powder Spray, and you basically spray it in your base area. And if you have dry shampoo too, that's another way. You want to get a dry shampoo that has a little bit of stickiness to it. One of my favorite dry shampoos actually is this one right here, Maria Nilla Dry Shampoo. I like it because it actually has a slight hold to it and I can just kind of go around all day long. But I do warn you, it does feel very cakey. So if you're not into that and you like to feel more clean and crisp, I would definitely recommend the Mica Volumizing Base because it's not gonna feel like you have a lot of stuff in it. All right, now if you are a person that likes the powder stuff and you have fine hair, I highly recommend doing the clarifying shampoo at least once or twice. And if you want more volume and you have fine limp hair on a dry day, you want to use something a little bit more heavier to ensure that your hair will stay up and voluminous and hold all day. So as you can see, I've gotten my volume. All right, so just kind of fluff it around a little bit. And I'm just spraying at the base area. All right. And then what I'm also gonna use now is the the Caviar Perfect Texture Spray. It's almost like a thick spray that you just kind of spray in. And I'm just pointing at my root area. It's a little bit thicker than hairspray, and it's a dry spray. It's not necessarily a wet spray like a finishing hold spray. But if it is a humid day and you know your hair is gonna go limp, I would recommend doing the texture, but then finishing off with a finishing spray. One that I like to use is actually the Extra Hold by Caviar Hairspray. This one goes wet on contact, so once you're done with styling, this would be your finisher. This is the finished look of the volume. As you can see, there's a lot of volume at the base right here. And I didn't really use a mousse, but again, if you have fine hair and you're a person that uses a lot of dry shampoo, just make sure you do a Malibu Undo Goo. It's a really good clarifying shampoo that I recommend, just to make sure you remove all the buildup. Because if you have too much buildup, it'll also weigh the hair down. So if you are a person that uses a lot of product, then I definitely would invest in some clarifying shampoo. Now for people that don't want the powder or the cream, you can just use a mousse along with the finishing spray. But again, when you use those things, clarify your shampoo at least once or twice. That way you can get rid of all the buildup in there. Because the more buildup you have, the more it's gonna go limp. So that will be the end of my tutorial today. If you have any questions, drop me a comment below, and I am always here for any questions or concerns you may have. Just ask me. Follow us on Ippodaro Natural Salon on YouTube, our Facebook, or Instagram for daily updates. All right, have a wonderful day. Bye.
Ladies, do you wanna be the best looking you ever been? We'll do your nails, give you a facial, anything you want to feel special. Gentlemen, do you wanna be the best looking you ever been? We got the products that set us apart, all organic right from the start. Ippodaro.